Well, here's my first target that provides evidence of existence of the old school on this site. It's a piece of copper pipe. It was an 8890, as you'd expect. 19th century copper. So that's good. I know now that the structure, or a structure, was in this vicinity. Well, there's my first coin of the day. It's a sunbaker under this old tree. 20 cents, but got a coin from the day out already, so that's good. But there's older stuff in there for sure. And this is encouraging. I don't think this area has been heavily detected. Well, I appear to have found some tangible evidence of the old school. You can see there's an old either garden edge here and a bit of old concrete foundation there. And just up against this old tree, I've got this the remnants of a square brass nail. And there's a little bit of old ceramic here. Look at this. So this is all good. I'm just trying to find which area of this park the actual old schoolhouse was in, or the outbuildings. Obviously the playground was the whole area, but that's fine. There's a possibility of finding anything anywhere, really. Well, I just got a lovely old kangaroo penny. Very much post-dates the school, though, 1952. It'll be a George VI. Look at this, this sticky black soil. Not a lot of rain last night, that's why I'm down in the park. And we can just pop these coins out, so okay. That's encouraging though. There's no doubt the place has been detected, but when you're finding coins like that, and pennies are the first thing that usually go, that's very encouraging. Well, it's still not 1800s schoolyard coinage, but I'm going in the right direction time-wise, and I've got silver. 1951, sixpence, so that's a 50% silver. It was a 76, and it was quite a deep dig here. We're probably 7 inches down. Look at the mud on it. I'm not used to these kind of conditions, but as you can see, she's silver under there. 1951, sixpence. Well, I saw the date briefly, but I've just made a mess of it now. You have to believe me. Okay, well anyway, I'll wash this and we'll get some still photos. This one's a 76, and nice repeatable signal both ways. This clay material, what do we got here? This is it here, and it's a old bit of glass and bottle top. Well, we'll clean that up so the children don't stand on that. This was a nice high 87 in this bare patch of soil. Good chance this is a good find. A couple of wine bottle tops and things around the area. Modern stuff. So there's definitely going to be oh, it's out. Didn't see it come out. Oh, it's a nut. Well, this is more encouraging. Old brass washers, good quality items from the early 1900s. And that was surprisingly shallow. So the surface of this site has not been disturbed overly. I think it's pretty much at original ground level. I can't see any indicators otherwise. So I'm digging everything high tone. I've got my discrimination set from 40 upwards, so I shouldn't miss any little gold rings or anything like that, and definitely I'll get all the coins. Next finds this old broken key. It was a 78, maybe the key to the back door. Very similar signal, not far from the last one. It looks like a 2-key spill. This one is the reveal is complete. So I'm on this old 1870s school site, which is now a modern park. In this situation, obviously I'm going to be digging plugs with the edge digger, not the place for the prospecting pick. And whenever you do a spot like this, just make sure that the ground is moist enough to even support the digging of plugs. If it's sandy soil, if it's really dry, you're going to have an impact on the grass and there'll be dead spots, so not good for the hobby. Don't do it. Wait for a bit of rain. Look, some parks you can't even detect because you can't dig a clean plug, and they're public spaces, so you've got to be careful. So I've got the 5x8 on here today. I'm just sort of gridding up and down. It's not a really large park, so I'm just going to take a few days to do it. It doesn't really matter how long it takes. I might get a couple of Victorian coins if I'm lucky. And core right on the ground because the old targets will be deep. So I'm kind of mowing the grass with the coil, as you can see. That's the kind of action we want to be using. We don't want to be swinging smiley faces and increasing the distance of the coil from the soil, which also affects your ground balance and will give you false signals. Well, this is encouraging. It shows me that the site's been only lightly detected, if at all. Quite an old key. I dug it because it was a really interesting signal. It was like a double blip. As the double D went across it, it gave me two signals. It's got a something Ogler's or something from Ipswich. Oh, that's interesting. Something Bridge Street, Ipswich. Huh. I'll be able to return that key to its, if that's not the owner, it'll be the maker, I guess. Righto, well, this is a really good find. This is what I'm after. It's just lead, but as you can see, it's the top of an old corrugated iron fixing nail. So, this is where the schoolhouse was, or at least one of the outbuildings. It's the park's reasonably large, so the size of the school wasn't huge. It actually had to be replaced because it was too small eventually in the early 1900s. By the First World War, there's too many kids. So there would have been outbuildings like your toilet blocks and that kind of thing. But this is the first roofing nail I've found top on the site. So it gives me an indication where in this modern park the old schoolhouse was. Happy with that. Okay, well, I'm up under an old fig tree. I've got a slamming 76, about 4 inches down, and I've got an old coin. Looks to be a halfpenny. An old halfpenny. Oh, it's an Australian Commonwealth halfpenny in glorious condition. 19, I think it's 33. We'll get it up close and do a bit of a bush clean beforehand. Okay, there she is. I'm pretty sure it's 1933. That black soil's stuck on that, but that is a nice clean coin underneath. Lovely patina. That's the oldest coin I've found on the site. Still post-dates the school, but I'm getting closer. The two earlier coins are 1950s. We're back in the interwar period. This is good. Happy with that. Well, here's some more interesting schoolhouse archaeology. Another really nice top off a corrugated iron fixing nail, lead. That was a solid 70 signal, nice piece of lead. But out of the hole came this old piece of 1800s glass. You can see it's very thick. The old green beer bottles. I'm not suggesting the kids would drink a beer at school, but they could have been. Someone was. Anyway, that's the level of archaeology we're looking for. We're down about 5 inches. Well, this is a really iffy signal. I've just got my second silver out of the old school. Pretty excited by that. It was a jumpy high 70s, but I didn't want to walk past it because I could see that it had some consistency to the repeatability. Here we go. Looks, it is super thin. It is super thin. This is Victorian silver. This is Victorian silver from the old school. I've cracked it. There's Vicky. Facing left. I don't think I'm going to get a date off it though. Have a look at that. It's a little English threepence. Oh, I might get a date. There's a little bit of the laurel leaf around the edge. And the date's down the bottom there. You might be able to see it. Where are we? It's inverted to Victoria, so it'll be... Oh no, it'll be either side of the 3, of course. Now that's pretty worn. That's pretty worn. It'll be 18 blank blank. But wow, what about that? Victorian silver from the old school. That is absolute ripper. I'm just so stoked for research to lead me to that.